One of the conceptual things I think that we have a problem with the Lord's Supper in the West, that is in Europe and in North America, is that we tend to view these things just as mere symbol. And Jesus said things like, unless you eat my body and drink my blood, you have no part of me. And he's speaking metaphorically, obviously, in that, but he's also speaking of something deeper that you and I, that when we take these elements of the Lord's Supper, we are partaking of Christ himself. And so the Catholic view that the elements themselves, the bread and the wine, actually become the physical body of Christ, is actually more in sync with what Jesus said than the mere kind of remembrance and symbol kind of an idea. What we've got going there is that somehow in taking these elements, you and I are partaking of Christ himself. That true spiritual food, by partaking in Jesus himself, is coming into us. And that as many people have said over the years, that these are a means of grace, that grace is coming into us through these physical elements, and the mixture of our faith with these elements, that you and I are actually partaking of Christ. And that by doing so, you are feeding your soul. Grace is coming into you in a fresh way, and in a healing way. And so one of the practical implications of this on the Catholic side of the equation is that in the healing movements, in the charismatic movement of the Catholic Church, there has been a lot of teaching on the way that these elements combine with your faith and the atoning and healing blood of Christ, and that when you partake of them, healing comes in. And it often happens because that's what people are believing, that you and I are mixing our faith with these elements, and when we do, miraculous things happen. You are actually and literally partaking of Christ, even though you're not eating blood and you're not eating his body and drinking his blood. Literally, there's something about this that's spiritually powerful that you and I need to assimilate into ourselves when we're taking these elements.